Hey now.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, man.
What's going on?
Here we are. It's Metal Wednesday.
It is. It is
Awesome.
Metal Wednesday. Nice to see you.
Awesome. Good to see you, man. And my camera is a little, what do you call it? Look kind of short.
Metal Wednesdays look good on you, John.
Thank you. There, I'll just do this. There we go. A little different angle.
Oh, you're good.
Very
You're
good.
What's going on, everyone?
Awesome.
Hey,
everybody.
Last Wednesday of the month. You're with us.
Awesome.
We look a little different. Jay has a little more facial hair. He's got some glasses tonight. He's also coming to you from California.
Yeah.
Jay may be here at some point. He has some issues he had to attend to. He was working on his bidet. I think everyone knows all about it. So at some point he'll definitely stop in. Johnny, what's new and exciting? Give me the goods.
Dude. Oh, just very busy. Very, as always. Great show last night with the Mancuda and Neanderthal. And I'm working on a new setup here. I've got two monitors. Of course, you guys can't see, but I've got this huge monitor on this other side over here now. Actually, I have three. I have three different monitors I'm using. And finally, I'm able to see the Facebook. We're live on YouTube and Facebook, by the way. I can see the Facebook chat on this other monitor over here now. So it's much easier for me doing this stuff.
Well, tell everyone in Bookface I said hi.
Yeah. Leave some comments over on Facebook. And if it's your first time here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We do a lot of different rock talk, I guess you would call it. A lot of different things over here. Mm-hmm. And we have a channel membership here on YouTube. And the top tier of channel membership are the executive producers. Right there. Do you want to read those?
Sure.
Hey, Bo.
If it wasn't for these handsome people here, there would be no Johnny Beane and there would be no Boner Jams. So executive producers, the Johnny Beane TV, you got me and Chuck Green, Wayno, Joe Christian, Michael B., Thomas Santiago, Music Therapy Laz, Ben Tom, hope you're doing well. The Chad, James Gum, David Shea Gamori, good old Steve Carmichael, Mike Neese, Jimmy Ray Hawkins, John Moronic, Crazy Cook 678. I always stop on that one. It's always like Crazy Cock. I'm sorry, Crazy Cook. So it was Crazy Cook 678, Dan Halen, Stephen Franklin, Randy Price, and the Captain, Mike Smith.
Yes. Executive producers here on Johnny Beane TV. Again, that's the top tier of channel membership. So if you'd like to become an executive producer or just a channel member in general, click the join button. It's right below those 10 thumbs ups here on YouTube. Thank you so much for those. Thank you so much. And as a feature here on Johnny Beane TV, any super chats, any donations towards the shows, towards the channel will change the color of my lights. So it's just like extra fun, So those will automatically change with any super chats, which would be comments or questions that also get pinned to the chat. So there's no way they can be missed. And real quick, we're live on Facebook as well. Johnny Beane TV Facebook page. So leave a like over there. I see Bo Bolware's over there. Kelly, is it Lubaka? I think.
Kelly Kapowski?
I think is over there. Charles Green is over there. Hey, man. I see you guys. And as far as Facebook support, we have what's called Facebook Stars. So you can help support the channel over there. And it actually says on Facebook, during this broadcast, you can support my page by sending Facebook Stars, a digital gift that helps with the production of these shows. So there you go.
So everyone, if you enjoy watching us or Johnny or Jay or Mancuda's beautiful face or the clowns on Saturday evening, John Bull, make sure you like. Super chats are fantastic. It helps out the show, and if it wasn't for you guys, there would be no us. So make sure subscribe, like, absolutely.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I have a lot of stuff tonight. You ready to talk metal, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? Good. So there's a few things to go over tonight. So first, we'll start with pimping out some new Gizmachi gear. The new Gizmachi shirt came in actually Monday, but one of my employees stole my shirts. So got this new hotness. Let me turn around. You got the Omega symbol on the back. I hope you saw it. If you didn't, too bad. But there's an Omega symbol there. And we have the new hotness, the CD. I didn't even take the sticker off, but new Gizmachi merch. It's on Indie Merch. We'll put up the link at some point tonight, but also, there it is.
There it is.
Reading my mind. Also, we have a giveaway tonight of 4 Gizmachi shirts. So
awesome.
You'll see how that's going to go. So everyone, if you want a Gizmachi shirt, it's one, support Gizmachi, but also two, if you want a shirt, there's going to be a way to get at least one. So there'll be 4 shirts given away tonight. So hell yeah. So that's a little bit going on in the world of Gizmachi. Also, on Wednesday last week, on May 19th, Gizmachi premiered their new single called Turn to Dust. It's track 4 off of Omega Collide. And here, it premiered, if I can get this to focus, it premiered on Revolver, but apparently my phone sucks, and there we go. So on Revolver, there it is, guys. This single premiered the video last week, which is awesome. So tonight on Metal Wednesday at 10 p.m., we'll all go to the Gizmachi channel to watch the new video for Turn to Dust. So I hope everyone's 6 to 10. We'll go on over to the Gizmachi channel and watch the new video for Turn to Dust that my boy Jimmy Hatcher directed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'll put the link in the chat if anybody wants to open up another browser, jump over there and just have it open, just so or leave some thumbs ups over there. Currently, they're at 16 thumbs.
Oh, we got to get more thumbs. Come on, people.
RNK. All right, so that's the link right there for the video.
Yep.
So open up another window, have it there, just so you remember, and leave a thumbs up over there.
So tonight, it would have been good, obviously, to have Jay on to discuss the premiere of his single, and maybe at some point we'll get someone else from Gizmachi in here. So we'll see. But a lot of cool stuff going on in the world of Gizmachi right now. So if you have Sirius XM and you listen to Liquid Metal, reach out to Jose via the Twitter or Bookface. Send him a message. Ask for Gizmachi Turn to Dust or Sean the Butcher. And let's get this back on the Devil's Dozen, just like we had with Look What I've Become. So everyone, do your part, please.
Cool.
And if you like Jay, if you like Jay even a little bit, which I really don't, but help him out a little bit, guys. So.
Oh, Jay's awesome.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah. I think he's cool. I've liked having Jay around.
Well, wait till you actually meet him in person. It's a whole different show. No, Jay is like family to me, so I can bust his balls. So, but it's pretty funny. There was at some point recently, someone was busting Jay's balls, and I was pissed. I'm like, So I reached out to Jay. I'm like, what do you think of this? And he's like, it's not a big deal. And he's like, but if someone was saying that about you, I'd probably been pissed too. So yeah, Jay and I are like family. So, so I definitely bust his balls. But
Awesome.
yeah, 10 p.m. tonight, people. We'll definitely watch the new video. Did you watch it yet? That link I sent? Or are you gonna wait to 10 p.m. just like everyone else?
I'm gonna yes. Yeah, 7 p.m. for me.
7 p.m. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I've got the link open right here. So as soon as it goes live, the premiere, I'll be there.
Gotcha. So we have a lot of stuff for tonight. We might be on one topic for a very long time. So before we get to it, Johnny, I wanted to. I don't know. I know Jay sent you a video. I got my new Jazzmaster, my Jim Root jump off. I didn't even take the tag off because there's an issue with my pickup.
Oh no!
Did you? I think Jay played it for you. So
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I have it on the bridge pickup, it just squeals and sounded terrible. So I have to bring this to Guitar Center because it's a Fender approved facility, and hopefully either they replace the pickup or fix it somehow. I don't know, but it was a little disheartening. So I was just like, I've never had a guitar squeal like that. But this guitar feels amazing. It looks cool as hell, and it's got the EMG pickups. The headstock is gorgeous. I don't know. It's a great guitar. It feels awesome. It feels real similar to my black one. And I got some new strings that I'm going to throw on it, 11 to 56s. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's going to blow off some panties. So just.
So that's like a modern Jazzmaster or something.
Yeah, Jazzmaster. Yep.
Yeah.
And this is my other Jazzmaster that I need to have this fixed because it just hurts me. It's like having like one of my children injured right now. So I can't wait to get this fixed. So the battery for the active pickup doesn't fall out. I broke it. I broke the plate. So.
Oh man.
The thing I love about this one, it's it's so sleek. It's just super simple, like the matte finish. It's awesome. So. I'm really excited to have two of these guys. This is hands down my favorite guitar I've ever owned. It feels great. I don't know if it's the best guitar because I love Jim Root so much and I would hug him, but I love it. It feels amazing. So to have two, and I'm going to actually, and I bust Jay's balls all the time because he has all his guitars tuned the same way. All mine are different, but these two will be tuned to drop B. And I'm going to put the same exact strings on it. I just want to see how it sounds, if they perform any different. So I'm pretty excited to do that. And then on the last show, I just hope this isn't full. I got my new 7-string. And I'm putting 59s on this bitch.
Whoa.
But it's also, it's tuned to A. So it's instead of B, for a normal 7-string tuning, it's going to be down to A. And
drop A. Okay.
No, just regular A. It would be, instead of normal tuning, instead of starting with B, then E, it just goes A to
A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah. I just bust out the whole alphabet with my guitar. So I'm pretty excited.
Wow.
So awesome. I'm bringing to Guitar Center. I don't know. Maybe at some point this weekend so I can get it worked on. I'm falling over here. All right, I'm good. But yeah, that's what I have going on. You have anything new?
2 monitors now. I'll tell you. Well, here's something that's actually new. That's not going to be here on YouTube, but it'll be there. Right there. I'm actually setting up. I already have an account, but I'll be doing some gaming.
Gaming, really?
For you guys.
What are you into?
Right now, Grand Theft Auto.
Which one?
So
The,
5.
5. Okay. Say like you're like, oh, Vice City.
Yeah. No, no. Actually, the thing is, on my iPad, I've been playing Vice City, and John Biel. What's the other one? San Andreas, right?
Yeah.
San Andreas, is it? San Andreas, Vice City. Maybe there's like one more. I've been playing them for years, but on my iPad, which is cool, but it's a totally different experience on PC. You
It's
know?
cool, but it ain't that cool. It'll be so much
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
So I can't go back to the other one ever again. But now, I got the 2 monitors set up, so actually I can have OBS running on one of them. That's what we were working on before this.
Right.
So I'll have OBS on one, the game on the other, over there, Twitch TV/Johnny Beane. And yeah, I don't really have a set schedule yet or anything, but it'll just be whenever, So
That's awesome.
if you want to watch me play some Grand Theft Auto, that's the place you want to be.
You know what game I'm into? I've been playing for 5 years. I'm actually kind of embarrassed to tell people it, but I've been playing every day for 5 years.
Frogger?
Close. Pokemon Go.
Oh, you mean with the app?
Yeah, with my phone. Yeah.
Where you go out and you find the stuff?
Hell yeah, love it.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, dude, that was huge. Well, I'm sure everywhere, but I remember when that really got big. You'd go out and you see people just walking around like at night with their phones.
Yeah. And with insurance, we would get claims. People were driving, not looking. They'll drive into a parked car, or someone got hit by a car in Hartford.
No.
Like I was trying to catch Dragonite and I ran someone over. Sometimes you got to run someone over to get a Dragonite,
Yeah,
I've been playing that game for, like 5 years. And it started, I don't know anything about Pokemon except like Pikachu. And then my son was like, Dad, you have to play it for me. You got to catch it during the day. There's a streak. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I'll do it for you because I love you. And then it just got me hooked. And I took it from him. Like, this is mine now. So I've been playing 5 years. Great.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
I've never played that. But I've played games for years. I used to play Scarface, on the PC. And then I used to play The Godfather, So I've been playing Grand Theft Auto type of games for a long time. But I'm brand new to the PC experience of it. And actually I'll be brand new to the live streaming aspect of it.
Yeah.
Which I'd spent all those years playing games anyway. Now it's even better because you can live stream. You can stream them, and actually talk to people watching at the same time. And so I
can't wait for you to do it. Then you just go and you need to heal up. You'll take a prostitute in the car. You'll give us the blow by blow, literally. It'll be fun.
Man. Yeah. So anyway, that's something new.
That's cool. When's that going to start?
As soon as I can get the setup going,
So once you're fully operational, like the desktop?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Good, man. That's awesome. There are a couple. I had some questions in the chat. One thing I had a couple questions about, so I like to explain. So a couple people have asked, like, why is my name Boner Jams? So obviously my name is Brian, but I remember when Jay first started doing the shows with Johnny, like Jay would guest appear. He was not even in a starring role, but Jay's my brother, so I had to support him. So I would come on, and everyone's chatting, and I'm like, I need to have a cool name. I don't want to put my regular name. That's kind of boring. So I'm like, what is the dumbest thing I can possibly think of at this moment? And I just recently watched 4-Year-Old Virgin, and Paul Rudd pulls out the videotape of Boner Jams 03. And I thought, I was like, perfect. I'm going to be Boner Jams. It's so stupid. And have had it ever since. So I hope that answers you guys' questions.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. So yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Keith. Awesome.
What's up, Keith?
Yeah, Keith. Hey now. Yeah, this is great. We got Facebook. I'm excited, man. I got the dual monitors, so I can actually see the Facebook chat. Because normally, I run a lot of stuff from here as well. I've got the show on this thing as well.
Right.
And normally when I do these shows, I'd have to switch in between Facebook and YouTube here on the whatever this is on the MacBook.
Right.
So I could see the chats, but I couldn't see the stuff in real time because I'd spend most of the time on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. Doing stuff like this. If you
Right.
can see the emojis. And doing the commands for Nightbot, which, by the way, CK, thank you for helping out with those, man. But having the other monitor here, seeing, having Facebook by itself, I can see that in real time now, and that's another good thing.
That's great. I have two monitors going. One has Brazzers up, and the other one's got Bang Bros. So I'm all set for tonight, guys.
Awesome.
Right. So let's start real quick. I want to give away a shirt for the new Gizmachi. So here's how we do it. The first person that sends in a $10 or higher super chat, changes Johnny's colors, will get a Gizmachi shirt.
Wow.
Holla.
Man.
So that's shirt number one. I feel like like Willy Wonka, if you're gonna find a gold ticket in a candy bar. But no, first one, $10 super chat or higher gets a Gizmachi shirt.
Wow. Is that actually a contest?
It's a giveaway, not a contest.
Because they're just paying for the shirt.
well, the shirt's $20.
Oh, so it's a deal.
It's a deal,
okay.
yeah.
Man.
It's coming right out of Jay's bank account, so it's gonna be
awesome. Oh, okay. All right. I like this.
He's pretty excited, so is Jeannie. It's gonna be great. So we'll start with that. But for tonight, what we were gonna go over, one of our topics for the show was last show we had.
There you go.
Boom. Frank Spear.
Frank Spear.
You sexy son of a bitch, you. You have a Gizmachi shirt coming your way.
Right
we'll get the deets later.
Yeah. And Frank, thank you so much for the support, man.
I like the yellow color behind you. It looks good.
Oh.
It's like heavenly.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird too because it's a different angle now because I got, with the did I mention I have two monitors up here?
I heard.
The thing is, this other monitor, I should be using this one for like the main one because this one's actually way bigger than this one, But anyway, so like this monitor here, the main one, has to go to a different angle now. So because normally I'm like more like over here,
sure,
So it's kind of strange, but this will all be worked out. But yeah, it is cool having it behind me. I mean, you can really, you can really. I don't know, but it covers up the guitars though.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, we'll work on that.
Gotcha. So, I'm sorry. Jay just sent a message. The shirts are $25. So if you do $10 or higher, it's definitely a deal. So, yeah,
definitely,
we got you.
Definitely. Awesome. And hey, Jay, good to see you, man.
Jay, hope you hope the bidet is going well. So when you can, let us know. Let us know how it's working out for you. But getting back to last month. So last month's episode was about the top 10 albums of the 2000s. So Jay had a lot to chime in, had a lot of feedback about it. So this week's show is CK. You said it before. The top 10 albums of the 90s. So hard rock, you can go grunge, but I stick to metal, except for one, because I couldn't help myself. So Johnny, did you? I I know we were talking a little earlier. Do you have any albums that you'd like to mention? Some of the top 10 albums of the 90s?
As far as metal,
It
right?
could be metal, hard rock,
Rap, pop,
rap.
country.
I would definitely have some rap ones, but I didn't include any rap.
Top 10 albums of the 90s. Man, the 90s is a long time.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a long time ago. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, again, let us know in the chat some of your top 90s albums. I would say, well, I was am a big Van Halen, love my Van Halen. So yeah, I would say Foreign Lawful Carnal Knowledge is definitely a top one.
Okay.
Anything Van Halen during the 90s, Balance. What else was there? The live album, Van Halen 3. I love, and I'll always say that. Let's see. As far as other stuff,
before you go to other stuff, let me ask you a question, because you love Van Halen like I love, let's say, Korn or
that
Slipknot.
guitar. Yeah.
Right. So when you listen to a Van Halen album, let's say you put it on, are there ever a time that you'll just skip a song? You're just like, I'm not feeling that song. Are there I have some stuff for like Korn or Slipknot. I'm just like, I'm not feeling that one today. Is there one that ever just pops up? You're just like, nah.
No, not really. Not really.
Yeah.
Usually if I'm putting on an album, most of the time I'm driving. And I'm driving a couple hours, in one shot. So I'd listen to full albums all the time, and I rarely skip tunes. But I don't know. No, not really.
No,
not really.
So what type of listener are you? Like when I put an album on, I always start from the beginning, and I'll just go from there. And then let's say I'm driving for a half hour, and I'm halfway done with the album. When I get in, I'll start wherever I was. Like sometimes I'll even put on my phone, or I'll make sure I'm exactly where I was, or when if I have Apple iTunes, that I keep going from there. What type of listener are you?
Same. Yeah. I'll start it, wherever it was, or sometimes I'll rewind it a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, just some people are just weird about how they listen to it, or a lot of people now don't listen to albums fully. They'll just listen to the singles or a couple tracks, and that's it. So I don't know. Like if you're a fan of the band, it's not you're a fan of a song or two. It's the album, and the beginning to end, it's put together that way for a purpose. So it's I don't know. To me, it's like I have to listen to it that way. Oh, it just So.
It probably depends, though. Actually, if these days with downloading, with iTunes or with I guess Spotify, with streaming or whatever. A lot of stuff. I mean, I there's some artists I just know maybe just a few songs from them. Like I don't actually own like an entire record of some stuff. It's totally different now. It's totally different than back in the day where you had to buy a full album.
Right.
It's very different, very, very different, but it's cool. It's cool at the same time, because if you just like the one song from whoever, you can just get that one song and be happy.
Right. Yeah, there was a lot of albums I used to purchase back when I was a kid. Like this band called Gravity Kills. I don't know if anyone heard of them, but they have a pretty cool song called Guilty. So I bought the album, and the album sucked, but that song's the shit. So,
that's back in the day in the I think it's the '90s. Yeah, back like in
Yeah.
the '90s. Um, you had to buy the whole record.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yes, maybe there was a single here or there, but actually, I think some places had little listening stations. I think Tower Records, towards the end of Tower Records,
Mhm.
you could actually go up and they'd have the headphones, and you could actually listen. You could preview the entire record.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I know you were saying Van Halen. We'll go back and forth on some albums that you like. Um, so for me, I saw some people in the chat were mentioning a few albums. CK, you're going crazy with the albums. Love it. Robot Master Switch, the Chad, same thing. So I did. I try to stick to heavy as much as possible, except for my first album, my number 10 album of the 90s. Some of you guys might hate me for it, but I love me some Depeche Mode. Violator came out in
Oh,
March of 90. Oh, the album is the shit. You have Policy of Truth, Enjoy the Silence, World in My Eyes, Personal Jesus. Some awesome songs. I don't know if that album's as good as Music for the Masses, but for a '90s album's the shit. Don't yell at me, everyone. I know it's a metal show, but I had to. I had to throw a Depeche Mode in there. So that's my number 10 album. You like Depeche Mode, right?
hmm
I
yeah.
know Jay loves Depeche Mode. I wonder if you'll comment on it. Um, but yeah, absolutely. Depeche Mode, great band, great album, Violator. I should probably mention prior to. I have many honorable mentions because literally I worked on this for about 2 hours, and I kept taking albums out, putting stuff in. So Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger, Super Unknown. Super Unknown is the shit. One of the best songs of the '90s comes from Soundgarden. 4th of July. If you have not heard that song is amazing. It's really heavy too. Guitar tune. And Jay loves. He put the smiley face for Depeche Mode, so I'm glad that he enjoyed it too. Um,
uh, this one.
yeah, I know. It's funny. It's like Jay and I, or if he was here right now, there's a lot of stuff that he likes that I just find awful. And so it's pretty
Mhm.
funny. So I enjoy that he busts my balls on stuff. So, but yeah, getting back to Soundgarden, Super Unknown, such a good album. 4th of July, one of the best songs of the '90s. Did you listen to that album? Were you into Soundgarden back in the day?
Back in the earlier '90s, when they first kind of became popular, no,
No.
not really, not really. Um, I've kind of said this on my other shows, but when I was working with Desmond Child, the band that I was in, they were really into Soundgarden. They were really into Pearl Jam. They were really into all these bands that I wasn't super into at the time, but I was exposed to all that stuff
Sure.
because that was this type of stuff the band would crank on our way to shows. So I'd be in the back seat having to listen to Pearl Jam, having to listen to this stuff. And it's not that I didn't dig it, but I learned to appreciate it. And now I love the stuff more now than I did then.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, just a lot of that stuff, a lot of the MTV. Like I'm looking at a list here of some of the '90s rock and metal albums, like Alice in Chains. I mean, yeah, I thought they were cool. I saw them live with Van Halen in '91. Uh, Rage Against the Machine is another one. I love all their stuff. I think everything they've ever done.
Really, you're a big
Um,
fan of Rage?
yeah,
Yeah. And, wow, cool.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a huge fan of Tom Morello, man. To me, he's like the next, after Eddie Van Halen. Anybody to do anything really different with the guitar and
Yeah.
interesting is Tom Morello.
Sure. Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know. So, oh
Do
yeah,
you,
yeah, I love their stuff.
do you listen to newer Tom Morello stuff? Like he has like a lot of solo stuff, or
Like the folk stuff.
it's that, or the Night Watchman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you like
yeah.
that?
I have all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, cool! Wow. I'm kind of shocked that you like that. I thought like Rage would be a little too heavy for you.
No, no, I'm not joking either. If I was my iPad is in the iPod is in the car, but no, I have literally everything they've ever done in my iPod.
Huh.
Um, no, I'm yeah, no, they're they're probably it probably as heavy as I get maybe. Um, but no, I think they're great.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Uh,
I have Rage somewhere on my list. I'll get to it. I actually left them off, and I felt
mhm.
terrible. I felt like such a bad bad Rage Against the Machine fan. I completely forgot about it, but I did add them on. But like what, Pearl Jam, you said you listened to that. What band were you in at that time? Was it Mayfire?
No, this was 10 years before the Mayfire. Um, I've never really said the name on these shows, but no, the name of the band was called Eve to Adam, and I think they're still around. Um, I think I haven't really kept track with what they've done over the years, but I think they've gone on to do some pretty cool stuff. I think they opened for Motley Crue at one point.
Oh wow,
Yeah, after I left, right?
sure.
I'm the Pete Best of that band. Um, but no. Um, but yeah, they've gone on to do some cool stuff, and I just think it's funny because when I was in the band, my main guitar was the Music Man, the Van Halen Music Man,
Sure.
and then that guy that replaced me, he ends up going and getting endorsed by EVH Gear.
Oh wow.
So he's playing the EVH stuff. So I'm like old school, you know. So it's kind of weird, but kind of cool. And I don't think he's in the band anymore either. But I don't know. Anyway, that was the name of the band, and basically I did a bunch of the early demos with them and early shows. I think I was the second guitar player in the band. They've had a few.
How many guitars did they have? One or two?
The lead singer played rhythm guitar, and then
Okay.
there was a lead. And at the time in 1998, I was the lead. Um, and yeah, we did a bunch of demos. We probably played like 50 shows in the span of like 6 months or 7 months or something. Um,
That's cool. Were they all local or did you
and
travel?
they were all local to Miami,
Oh, okay.
to Miami, Florida. Yeah.
Good deal.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. But huh? Johnny, I've yet to see you play. Why is that? And where can I see you jam? Keenan, hey dude. Hey man. You can I jam on here. I jam on the channel here. Sometimes on Mondays if I'm in town. Mondays, sometimes I go live, sometimes Wednesdays. Pretty much anytime, you know. I just have to schedule it in between all these shows and my new gaming career, you know.
Right.
But yeah, there's videos on the channel here. Actually, there's a playlist called Johnny Plays Guitar on the channel here, and a lot of it is me playing or like actual footage of me from playing in bands or live streaming from shows, you know, stuff like that.
Right.
Um,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Cool. Let's get back to the countdown. So I'm still in my honorable mentions. This might take a while to get even through some of these. But I was saying Soundgarden,
Hmm.
Nine Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. I love that album. It's such a good album. And do you like industrial?
Yeah. I saw Nine Inch Nails in concert in 2005, I think.
Okay.
Oakland Arena. I was teaching guitar at the time, and one of the kids I taught guitar to, he had 2 tickets to the show. He's like, Johnny, want to go to the show, And so we went to that show, and it was the loudest concert I'd ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how loud it was. It was insane.
Was that the With Teeth tour?
I don't know. Maybe I have that album in my iPod, so it probably was.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, but Downward Spiral, did you ever listen to that album?
I'm not sure.
It's got Closer, that song, March of the Pigs, Eraser, Reptile. Ring a bell? Any of those?
Nah, nah. I think the only one I have is yeah, With Teeth. Yeah, that's the only album of theirs I actually have.
Yeah, that's a cool album.
Um,
I think we all prefer Without Teeth, but with Teeth is a great album.
2005 May. Okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
was probably the tour I saw them on. Yeah, so I'm familiar with everything on that, and then whatever singles were out, probably prior to that, I'm familiar with.
Yeah, cool. All right, so I guess I'm just going to skip a few of the honorable mentions because we'll just be here forever. So 10, Depeche Mode, Jay Hannon's favorite album, Violator from the 90s. Number 9, I have two because I had to cram some of these in. NOLA by Down, which you had a guest on that is in Down, if you recall. Do you remember? We had
Did I?
yeah, a few months ago. I don't know, about 6 months ago.
Let me see. Let me see. Oh, okay, yes. Wait. I'm
Kirk
looking.
Winston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 months ago. No, that was like a year ago.
Was it? It felt like it was yesterday.
No, that was a long. That was a while.
I was just
I
saying.
remember him. Yeah, that
Yeah.
dude, he was cool.
He was
Yeah,
cool as hell.
he was really cool.
He's cool as hell. He's in, Down and Crowbar. He's awesome. Down's the shit though. They're awesome. Big fan. So NOLA by Down, Bury Me in Smoke, Lifer, Eyes of the South, Stone the Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then also number 9, I had to put 2, Rage Against the Machine, because I felt awful. I had to throw it in there. The self-titled album. I know you're a big fan of Tom Morello, as am I. I think he's an amazing guitarist. I have one criticism of him though, is that when if you purchase a Rage Against the Machine record and you're looking at it, it says all noises, every sound is created from a bass, guitar, drums, singing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no DJs, no samples, nothing like that, which is cool, right? But sometimes I think he takes a lot of pride in getting weird crap out of his guitar, which is cool, but it takes away from his musicianship to me. And he can flat out play like some of his solos on the first album. That's why I love that album. Like Township Rebellion. Wrong. That solo is so hard to play. And it's so good. So to me, it was more guitar driven as opposed to, what squeal can I get out of this, or what can I do with the wah wah pedal here? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, super innovative. Love him, but I just preferred, what he could do on the guitar. He was in a band with the guitarist from Tool, right? Back when he was in high school.
No.
Yeah. Adam Jones.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I think they went to high school together in the same band. So,
Oh, awesome.
but yeah, Rage Against the Machine, Freedom. That's probably my favorite Rage Against the Machine song ever. Wake Up, Know Your Enemy, Township Rebellion. Those songs are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 Rage albums from the 90s, what's your favorite?
I'm gonna have to look and see which ones they are. Here we go.
You have self-titled Evil Empire and Battle of Los Angeles.
Because I have them all. I have everything. Let me see what songs. I mean, of course, I like. Oh yeah, Bulls on Parade. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
a
up
great
Evil
song.
Evil Empire. Um, I'd have to say their first one.
First one.
I'd have to say, yeah, the one from '92.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's probably that's probably my favorite one. Um, I'm also I don't know if you're a fan, but I'm also a fan of John Biel. What's the him and Chris Cornell?
Oh
What's
yeah.
the
Audio Slave.
Audio Slave?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Audio Slave as well. And they're '90s, right? Or 2000s?
Um, yeah, I think it was
2000?
late '90s, 2000s when they started. Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think Soundgarden's last album was '96 before they reformed. I believe '96, '97, if I'm not mistaken. Because Super Unknown was '94, and then I think they toured, did everything for that. So they broke up. What, '98, '99? So I think it was right around then. Well, no, Battle of Los Angeles came out, I think, in '99. I just started
Yeah.
college, so I think it had to be early 2000s for Audio Slave.
Okay. Yeah, because I think they were here. I think they played a show in Oakland, like on the Audio Slave on their first album or whatever. And but I didn't I missed it. You know,
Yeah,
a lot of shows that I've missed over the years that I wish I would have known about. You know, at the time.
I hear you.
But yeah, Audio Slave. That's another. I mean, I guess it's not '90s, but it's sort of '90s because all those guys are in bands that have records from the '90s that are great.
Right.
And but yeah, yeah. So sometimes I kind of get the Rage stuff and the Audioslave stuff, not really mixed up, but it's the same music.
It
I mean,
is
it's the same three musicians. So it's
same everything.
music
Yeah, the same
musically it's the
tunings.
same. It's just different singers on each thing, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I I wonder if you know, with like Roth and Hagar, you know, the way those fans are, man. Dang it. I wonder if there's any kind of Audio Slave versus Rage, you know, uh, you know, between, you know, like the Roth versus Hagar type of thing, because
Sure,
it's the same. It's the same. It's really it's the same band.
it
Both
is.
bands, it's really the same. It's just when you change a singer, and I've said this many times, when you change the dynamic of a member, especially the singer, then it changes, and it's not the same band. But if it's
Yeah,
the same musicians making the music, it is the same,
right.
but it's not. Right, CK?
Definitely. But also, Chris Cornell could play the guitar. Zach didn't play, so he brought
Mm-hmm.
a little more, I guess, rhythm to it for Audio Slave. They did a little more creative, but Rage is just heavier. So I guess it just depends on how you feel, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe some people would look at Rage as being like the original Van Halen, and then Audioslave being like the Van Hagar, you know?
Right.
Because you said Cornell plays guitar, Sammy
Right.
Hagar plays the guitar,
Hmm.
you know, so it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar in those ways, but man, I never thought about that until now.
Yeah. Wayno, you're right. Vietnam, that song is awesome. Great song. That's off of Evil Empire, I believe. But yeah, absolutely. Good call.
Man. Yeah, the thing with me and with Rage Against the Machine is I don't really know the song titles of the
Mhm.
stuff. I know the music because, like I said, when I get in the car and I drive, I'm listening. I'm just driving.
Right.
But so I really don't know like the titles of the tunes. But if I heard them, I would know them.
You're like track two. Fucking love me some track two.
Man, track 3 on album number 5. Man, that's the
Yeah. No, like back, I was younger. I would just put like an album in, and before I had the songs would come up on the CD player, I would have no
Mhm.
idea. I was like, "Yo, track 4, track 6 is so good." So yeah, no, I understand. Or when it was a cassette, I had a cassette player in my first car, so I would just play tapes, and that sucked. you know. So all right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So number 9 for me, I had Down and Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, I combined it. So what? It's my list. You got a problem? Anyway, number 8, Meshuggah, Destroy, Erase, Improve. Um, when I first heard Meshuggah, I hated it. I really didn't like it at all. I thought it was too heavy. I just wasn't ready, you know. I was a little
Mm-hmm.
young, virgin, virgin years, and just to have, you know, Future Breed Machine come in my face, I just literally, I just wasn't ready. And I didn't like it, and I forgot what the album is that has the Statue of Liberty on it. I think it was the first one. I just purchased the album because they played 7 strings, and at that time, like I thought everything would. If you play a 7 string guitar, you would sound like Korn, and I thought Korn could
Ah.
do no wrong back in like the mid '90s. So
Mhm.
I remember reading a Guitar World magazine, and there was a feature about like Mushroom Head, also Meshuggah. So I was like, oh, they play 7 string. I'm buying it. They were going to be awesome, just like Korn. Wrong. I didn't like it. It was just too heavy. I wasn't into the vocals. So the older I got, there we go. The more I started to appreciate it, and then so now, like, so back in the '90s, I didn't like um, Destroy, Erase, Improve. Now I do. I love it. It's a great album. Meshuggah is fantastic. They're huge innovators and have influenced a lot of bands that I listen to now. So yeah, definitely a great album. So yeah, do you
Awesome.
ever check out Meshuggah?
I think I have, but I'm really not familiar with
Yeah,
it. Although I should though. Maybe in the Discord if
yeah,
there's I know there's a metal section.
there is.
Maybe if somebody was to throw some of that in there, I'll
My,
definitely.
my man, Robot Master Switch, he's in there. He'll throw it up like a Future Breed Machine. Um, that one, you probably should start with that. Transfixion, Vanished, good stuff. So um,
Hmm.
yeah, Meshuggah is
Awesome.
number 8. Not because I liked it then, it's because now I love it looking back. It's amazing. So um, yeah, is that Jay? Is that the album that has Statue of Liberty on it? I always forget. Cool. Um, yeah. So next album for me, number 7, Jay's other favorite band, Marilyn Manson. Portrait of an American Family is the first Marilyn Manson album. I love that album. Man, that influenced me a lot. I think that album came out in '94, early '94, if I'm not mistaken. I was 13, same age as my son now, and I love Marilyn Manson. The darkness, the he's kind of like fuck you to everyone, and against like Christians, and I'm like yeah, and then I go to church every Sunday, but no, I just loved that album. It was different. It was eerie. It was creepy. Songs like "Wrapped in Plastic," "Misery Machine," "Get Your
Hmm.
Gun." It's really good stuff. And even to this day, one of the top 10 albums of all time for me has to be that. That really was something that kind of opened me up to listen to more rock, more heavier stuff like that. Like kind of got me into ministry. Like Nine Inch Nails, Manson got me into ministry. Um, stuff like that. Also, like Fear Factory was when they started coming out. Because if there was no Marilyn Manson, I probably wouldn't have gotten into that stuff.
Hmm.
What's your thoughts on your boy Marilyn Manson?
Uh, I know these days he's kind of in trouble, or he's been in trouble lately. Um, musically, I thought he was cool.
Yeah,
I thought he was cool. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think because yeah, 20 years ago. I'm trying to think. Like maybe I was at a party that he was at or something. Um, can't remember, but I just know the stuff that, like, as far as I've just heard like the stuff that's been on MTV, from
Sure.
him. Um,
Yeah, like so
never.
they blew up with "Sweet Dreams," from the Eurythmics cover.
Oh, the cover. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So that
That's right.
actually came out
That's right.
on after the first album. So it was before they came out with their second album, Antichrist Superstar. So it was like a remix album, and they put a couple covers on it, and that was one of them. And that song blew up for them. So right in time for when
Hmm.
their second album came out, and then "Beautiful People." Everyone knows that. Which
Yeah.
the drum beat in that song's pretty cool. Everyone knows it. Even if you don't like metal, everyone's like, "Yeah, Beautiful People, love Manson." but also too, the what I really liked about Marilyn Manson at the time was their guitarist, Daisy Berkowitz. I think they're all names of models and serial killers. That guy was awesome. Had cool leads, good solos, and then during the making of Antichrist Superstar, he was either fired or he quit or a little of both. And
Mm.
Marilyn Manson, like the music to me became a lot more simple and honestly boring. It wasn't nearly as good. So um, I don't know. In the chat, if any of you have listened to that album, let me know what you think. Wayno, you like the new stuff. I don't. Not a huge fan. Still love you though, Wayno. But first Marilyn Manson, that's where it's at. Absolutely. And I also too, I haven't really given a lot of it a chance either, because a lot of the new stuff to me sounds kind of like it's boring. It's kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say somber, but it's slower tempoed stuff. It just didn't grab me by the nuts. I like that from time to time. Um,
Uh,
yeah,
so have you bought all the newer stuff though, or you hear it and you're like, meh,
yeah. I just hear
meh,
whatever's
meh,
good. Yeah,
you
just
know,
whatever's like on Octane, or if it even makes liquid metal. I'll
meh. Wait, Marilyn
meh.
Manson,
There you go.
Cobra Kai. There's another one.
There we go. Yeah, Marilyn Manson. Meh. Um,
Marilyn Manson.
Christopher Sawa, you were at the show where the Zombie Manson show when the tour went south. Um, wasn't then Manson getting a fight with Rob Zombie or something like that, or there was an issue because everyone who was in Marilyn Manson at one time also becomes a member of White Zombie, or not White Zombie, but Rob Zombie's band, like John Five, and I think the drummer Gingerfish is now his drummer too. So I don't know, that's weird. He's just taking everyone from Marilyn Manson, creating his own band.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know, not my cup of tea. But when you're at the party with Marilyn Manson, do you have any drinks with him? You shake his hand? Do you even get close to him?
No.
No.
I'm not even sure if that actually happened. I'm trying to think. I because yeah, I mean, back when I was working with Desmond Child, uh he would have parties and people would come over. And so I've met so many people through that. And I'm thinking there's some sort of connection with Marilyn Manson at the time. Um, something. I maybe a listening party for an album. I can't remember. It's it was a long time ago, but um, yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Good. All right. Now, next album after Marilyn Manson, some number 6 on the list of lists here. Limp Bizkit, $3 bill, y'all. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That first Limp Bizkit album, that was great. It basically took a little bit of what Korn was doing with like the rap influence stuff,
Hmm.
and just kind of blew it up. But the first Limp Bizkit album, I actually saw Limp Bizkit open for Korn. They didn't even have an album out. It was just a demo. And Fred Durst was so angry and the music was so aggressive. And I just never heard anything like that. It was great. And so when their first album, $3 bill, y'all, $3 bill, y'all, when it dropped, purchased it, loved it. And I eventually named a van that I had in high school called the Biscuit. It was the biggest piece of crap ever. um, it had and my dad is in the chat. Hey, Dad, and was it one of my favorite groups in the '90s, the Urinal Mints? No, but if I had a band, I would have named it the Urinal Mints. That's what it was, Dad. But anyway, when I was a senior, right before my senior year in high school, my dad said, "Whatever you can save, I'll match, so we can go buy a car." So I saved $1,000, and he's like, "All right, I'll match you $1,000." I'm like, "We're not going to find anything for $2,000," but we did. It was either like an old Buick or a minivan, and it was a 1990 Nissan Access. So I graduated high school in '99, so it was the late summer, early fall of '98, and we went purchased the minivan just because I'm like, I can't drive a Buick. I'm like, Dad, there's no way I'm going to get any honeys in the car if I have a Buick. But if I have a minivan, I can get a lot of people in there and it'll be a lot of fun. And so I bought the minivan and eventually named it the Biscuit because I bought a Limp Bizkit sticker and I put it on the bumper. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. And the coolest night was on Halloween that year. We had 8 people in the minivan and had 2 sliding doors, and the back lift gate came up. So we had people throwing eggs out of the back and both sides of the vehicles while I was driving. It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I told you the story about when I put the dog poop in the fishnet stockings and was smacking people with it. That was a good time.
Oh my gosh. Nice.
It's good stuff. So yeah, thanks, Dad. Yeah, Urinal Mints, good stuff. But getting back to Limp Bizkit, number 6, that album is even to this day is really good. And like Stalemate, Stuck, Pollution, just super aggressive. And Limp Bizkit to me really fell off. Like every album after that just progressively got worse and worse. And like to me, Fred Durst didn't have anything really to bitch about because he was huge, and his vocals changed, and his rhymes were terrible. Like in that song "Rollin'," 1 times 2 to the 3 to the zoom to the 6. Like, what are you talking about? Like, just throwing stuff in. I don't know. It doesn't
even rhyme.
Yeah, it was so bad. What's your thoughts on Limp Bizkit?
Not much.
Not a fan.
Nah. It was never. What was like their biggest hit that I would know?
Well, back when their first album, Faith, the George Michael cover. That was that song was pretty big, and then when their second album came out,
I heard that.
Significant Other had Nookie. I did it all for the Nookie. The Nookie. So you can take that cookie. You no?
Wow, that doesn't sound familiar now. I don't know. Maybe every time they were on, I just changed the channel or something. Because I know the name. I know who they are. But I really can't think of any of the songs. But
yeah, Break Stuff. You're right, Kelly. I don't know. That maybe no. Yeah. And then like when the third album was like that song "Rollin'." Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. No. Now, you're not missing much though, so don't feel bad. Like don't even let that occupy some space in your mind.
Oh no, I've forgotten about already.
No, good. No, I'm glad you did. Just at that time, I think they really fell off. But Wes Borland, the guitarist, he's the man. Super creative.
I know who he is.
Okay. He's awesome.
I know who he is. He was the one that has like the black contacts, right?
Black contacts. He always dresses really, really weird.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know of him. But wait a minute, huh? I changed the channel if it wasn't Van Halen. Probably, yeah. Wait, no, that's probably. Thank you. Jesus.
Well, I know when Jay just yelled at us saying too much time on Limp Bizkit, so I just told him to shut up. So, but I know Jay liked first album Limp Bizkit. Don't let anyone fool you. He liked them. He liked them. He did. It's true.
What year was their first record again?
97, I believe.
97. Okay, yeah. I wasn't into any. I wasn't. My musical listenings at that point were nowhere near the Limp Bizkit.
Gotcha.
All
right, we'll get off Limp Bizkit now, but first album's the shit.
The Biscuits turned limp.
It has. And if you're not sure why they got their name, look it up. I don't even want to talk about it. All right. So number 5 for me, another Jay Hannon favorite, but he actually likes this album. Around the Fur by the Deftones. My Own Summer Shove It. Song Around the Fur. Lotion. Labia.
Around the Fur.
Around the Fur and Labia. Yeah. Those are the names of the songs. Really, really good songs. Yeah, it's awesome. What do you listen to Deftones at all? Do you like the Deftones? Do you like Deftones? They're still around.
Never bought any of the albums. Never illegally downloaded any of the songs off Napster. Like I said, with them, it's the same. It'd be the same deal. Like I only knew like whatever was on MTV or whatever was on Much Music because we had a satellite at one point.
Isn't Much Music like the Canadian version of MTV?
Yeah. So when you get a satellite, you get a billion channels, and one of them is Much Music.
Much Music, eh?
Yeah. So I would watch that, or I would have it on at least.
Sure.
And then. Yeah, I don't even think the radio stations around here or whatever I was listening to was even playing a lot of that stuff.
Well, at that time, so Around the Fur came out, I think I was a junior in high school. So it was like 96, 97, right around that time period. 98, I don't know, something like that. 97. They weren't big. Like they would have some videos on MTV, but they weren't like on the radio at all. They didn't start playing on the radio until their third album, White Pony, like this song called Change in the House of Flies. That's kind of like, that helped them get a lot bigger, but they weren't really that popular then, from what I recall. There's only a handful of people I knew that knew who the Deftones were and liked them, but they're awesome. I love them now. That album, Around the Fur, fantastic album. So you're going to listen to it just because of the name, right? Around the Fur.
Yeah. And again, somebody in the Discord, throw some of this into the Discord
and tag Johnny. He's going to have a long night. He's going to be listening to
tag me.
He's going to be listening to some Deftones. I'm going to put this all here for you, Johnny.
Awesome. And hey, I got to change the background because we have a guest.
Okay.
Is it that one? There we go.
Hey, what's happening?
Mike.
What's up, guys?
Hey, good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Mike Balls, I can barely see you, bro.
Yeah.
Are you
okay?
Are you putting your daughter to bed? No, there you go.
How about that?
There you are.
Yeah, I got
see that handsome face.
Still, fucking getting tan.
There you go. Well, everyone, we have Mike Balls from the Grammy-nominated Gizmachi in attendance.
In the house.
In the house. So he's the counterpart to Jay on stage. So, Mike, thanks for showing up.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Have you been watching it all?
Actually, no. I just jumped right on here. So you guys go ahead. I'll catch up.
So we're going over the top albums of the 90s. So I'm going to give you just a few of them. Tell us what you think, and also in the chat, if you don't like what I have, just let me know, because then I'll just disregard what you have to say. Anyway, no, Mike, I have some honorable mentions. Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger, Super Unknown, Nine Inch Nails, Downward Spiral. So they didn't make the top 10, but they were there. Also, I have to give credit. Pearl Jam 10. That is a good ass album. And Genie, if you're listening, cover your ears, because right after that, not so much. So, not a big fan of Pearl Jam at all after that. What about you, Mike?
Actually, I was a fan of Pearl Jam all the way up until like Riot Act. You want to talk about like albums. Then after that, it was just songs for me. But I actually liked every one of their albums up till 2003's Riot Act album.
Really?
Yep. And then like they put out, I think it was the self-titled one with the avocado on the cover. I liked a couple songs off that one. But yeah, I know most people I know stopped paying attention to them pretty much after Vitology.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was like 94. I stopped paying attention to them. So no, they're just not my overall my cup of tea. But 10 is a great album.
Absolutely.
Thank you, CK. Agreed.
It is my favorite album from Pearl Jam. So.
Oh, absolutely. So then going through Johnny's big into Van Halen. I'm not sure if you knew. So so he had some Van Halen albums there. But I had number 10 was Depeche Mode Violator for me. I don't know if you're into the Depeche Mode, but
I am into some Depeche Mode, yes.
David
more
Geffen.
Duran though.
You like more Duran over Depeche Mode?
Yeah.
Duran's good. I can't.
Oh yeah, I have to agree with Mike on that one.
You like the Duran Squared over Depeche Mode?
Duran Squared.
Oh yeah. They've got a new record out actually.
Duran. No, their new single. I don't like. The last album I liked from them was probably the one with the leopard song on it. And was it All You Need Is Now? That was it.
Oh yeah.
That was a pretty good album, and Astronaut was good too, as far as the new stuff.
I loved Astronaut, and I hated it. I missed them on that tour. They were in San Jose, and I was telling Boner earlier. There's shows that I missed, and Duran is one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Duran ever, Johnny?
No, I haven't. Although I did meet John and Roger Taylor. They did a signing for All You Need Is Now. So I have that CD signed by them.
Oh, that's cool.
And if you look on my channel here, I filmed my experience with them. So you can actually search Duran on the channel here, and you can actually see that.
Sweet. Check it out right after. Hell yeah. So sorry, everyone. I know we're talking about metal, but I love Depeche Mode, so I give a little plug. But so number 9 was Down. NOLA, great album. And then you like Down, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of that album, NOLA?
Yeah, I like pretty much all the Down albums. 1, 2, and 3 are cool.
And then I had also tied for 9 was self-titled Rage Against the Machine.
Good album.
Damn right it is. Number 9, son. And then number 8 was Destroy, Erase, Improve, Meshuggah.
Game changer.
Yep. But also, like I was saying at that time, when it came out, I wasn't into it. It was too heavy for me. I wasn't ready for it. So the older I got, the more I appreciate it. So like now I love it. But at that time in the 90s, no, didn't like it. And number 7 was Portrait of an American Family by Marilyn Manson, the always handsome Marilyn Manson. And then number 6, $3 Bill, y'all, from Limp Bizkit. What's your thoughts on Limp Bizkit? You like Limp?
To be honest, I didn't like $3 Bill, y'all, as much as the album after it. Their super poppy sellout album. I actually enjoyed a lot of the songs on that. What is it? Insignificant Other?
Yeah, Insignificant Other, yeah.
Yeah, I like a lot of songs off that, actually.
Yeah, there's some cool songs on that. And then number 5 is Around the Fur.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny's favorite album of all time, Around the Fur, Deftones.
that's one up there for me for sure.
Yeah. So that's where we left off. That's where we left off. So before going any further, Johnny, do you want to mention any other albums from the '90s that that gives you the feels? You know.
Oh man, let's see. Let me look at that list again of I can remember. Let's see. I would have to say I know Jay's going to be shocked, but the Metallica, the Black Album,
I was gonna say that.
that one. You know, I had that one at the time, and I had a few of their stuff over the years. I had the Garage Days, I think it was called, the EP. I had that. I think I had Justice for a little while. But as far as '90s, I would say
Yeah, I mean, some would argue that the Black Album is the only good Metallica album in the '90s. You know,
of the '90s, absolutely, it definitely is.
I actually liked Load and Reload. I'm not afraid to admit it. I listened to it. It was weird when I listened to it. It was like, 5 years was like an eternity back then when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So when that came out, I was so into alternative music that it just kind of blended right in, and I almost forgot that Metallica was heavy. It's so weird, but that's the truth. Like when I listened to Load, I listened to it so like not biased or whatever to like them being like the metal gods that they were, and listened to it like super open-minded, and I actually enjoyed it. Load when I first heard it. Then after the years went by, I was like, yeah, and I started comparing it more, and I was like, yeah, it's really not that good.
It's true. Yeah, Black Album is it's a great album, but like that didn't even crack my list. Didn't even get on there.
Really?
No, I don't like. I like Black Album. Obviously, I respect it. It wasn't Justice, and it's not Master. To me, it's just not what I, love about Metallica. And I think I said to Jay, I can go the rest of my life without hearing Enter Sandman. I'm good on that song. I'm all set. Like that and Smells Like Teen Spirit. I can die tomorrow and never hear it again. I'll be pumped. It's true.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like there's certain songs that just, yeah. And the funny thing for me is I feel that the only time I ever want to hear Enter Sandman is the album version, though. Like I've heard that song live or seen a bunch of live videos of them playing Enter Sandman, and I'm just like, it just doesn't have it, that song live at all.
Right.
It never did, really. It's just like one of those songs that studio album. That's it.
Well, the cool thing, you ever see the making of the Black Album on VH1?
That's one of my favorite DVDs of all time. Year and a Half in the Life of Metallica.
Absolutely. Like,
love it.
That's fantastic. Like I'll watch that all day. I'll listen to Enter Sandman then. That's fine.
I watch that twice a year.
You watch it twice a year?
At least. I love that thing.
I watched the Pantera, the making of the inside the music of Pantera, like the rise and fall, and at the end is when Dime is shot. I love that.
Yeah, behind the music, Pantera, it was a really good one.
Yeah. So yeah, it's cool. Johnny, any other albums you've just been dying to discuss about the '90s?
I'm trying to remember the stuff.
As you're looking,
just the I mean, like, thing is, a lot of the bands I can't even tell you the titles because I would just listen to the stuff. I wouldn't actually like know what I was hearing. I'd see somebody's. Is it Garguts Entertainment? Is it you? By the way, I tagged you on the Discord. I don't know if you jump in there, you'll see the tag I mentioned you in there. I think it was yesterday. I think he was saying something about Pantera. I think a friend of mine would play me Pantera. I would jam with a buddy of mine. We both owned our own PV 5150 amps, like the original ones, and so we would get together and we would just jam, just like heavy. Jay doesn't even know this. We would just jam with just like heavy riffs, just making up stuff. And this buddy of mine, he was always playing me Pantera and talking about Pantera. And then we actually met Dimebag. We went to a guitar store in San Jose, California, where Dime was doing a signing for Washburn. This was in 95. So actually, I've got pictures with him. Got to meet him, and this buddy of mine, he called me the night that he was shot, and he was in shock. He couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Jimmy, our drummer, actually is the one who called me. It was real late, I remember.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. So so Mike, what albums do you have? Some do you want to list?
Now this is metal of the 90s?
Metal, minus Depeche Mode.
Yeah, probably Far Beyond Driven is definitely up there. 90s metal. Damn, I don't know why I'm drawing such a blank. Yeah, Destroy, Erase, Improve, Chaos Fear, awesome.
Meshuggah?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some earlier 90s metal. Really is, not too much.
Well, I'll say a few more. Maybe it'll spark something in you. So number 4, Broken by Nine Inch Nails. That EP. Hell yeah.
I like that a lot. I was a big fan of that and Downward Spiral for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, like Wish, Happiness to Slavery, Gave Up, some awesome songs, and Suck is a bonus track.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like track like 98 or whatever? If you had on your CD player, it would just keep going on all the way for.
That was like the era of the secret track. You get up to 60 something. I think it was on the Undertow. I think 69 tracks on that.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Korn did it with Follow the Leader. They did the album didn't start until track 13 and then went to 24.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, blank tracks. 12 blank tracks.
Yeah, and there were like 2 or 3 seconds a piece.
Yep.
And what's the what was it? Second, Life is Peachy. At the end, the last song, there was like 5 or 6 minutes. Then it goes into a twist, just vocals, just hearing Jonathan Davis, no music, just him singing it.
That's right.
And then, yeah, that's pretty cool.
First Korn album is up there for me, big time for 90s metal for sure.
Hell yeah,
that was a game changer.
Yep.
I never heard anything like that. When I heard it, I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" Just the way it sounded, the drop tune guitars, like it was totally different.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I'll let me keep going. So number 3, self-titled Slipknot album came out.
That's
was 99, the summer of 99.
Yep.
And at that time, for me, I wasn't listening. Like obviously, I was listening to rock, metal, stuff like that, but nothing was as aggressive as Slipknot when that first came out. When the first song "Sick," after that whole weird intro beginning, and that came on, and the screaming on it, and I was like, "Holy crap!" And that's such a really good album, really raw. I love Ross Robinson, his production, especially with the vocals. Like it's real aggressive, in your face.
Yeah,
I love that album. The first Slipknot album to me is also that's a game changer too.
Yeah, that was kind of like peak Ross Robinson too. It's like he did a lot of things during that time. When he did like the first 2 Korn albums. He did Soulfly's first album.
Yeah,
and, he
did the first Limp Bizkit album too.
Yep. Yeah, he was all over California new metal scene, right?
Yeah, he definitely was. Absolutely. Johnny, what's your? Didn't you listen to any Slipknot? Are you familiar with them?
I just heard whatever the single was, or whatever was popular. Never bought any of their albums. So I couldn't even tell you a song title.
No. Okay.
That's my answer.
That's all right. No worries. So yeah, number 3, Slipknot. Number 2, the Great Southern Trendkill, Pantera. I love Pantera. So actually, I put Southern Trendkill, Great Southern Trendkill, Vulgar, and Far Beyond Driven. Like, how could you argue? Those 3 albums are, and I've said this before. I take Pantera over Metallica any day, and those 3 albums are just godly. Like, they're so good. They really are. Mike, what's your thoughts?
On those 3 Pantera albums, that's kind of like their peak area for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vulgar, Far Beyond Driven, and Great Southern Trendkill. Yeah. But for me, Cowboys from Hell definitely got me into them. I remember my dad had that on cassette, and he played that, and like I was like, whoa, because it was a different kind of heavy that I heard up until that point. I was listening to Metallica already, but then when I heard Cowboys from Hell, I was just like, but then it had like the high kind of 80s vocals still.
Yeah.
And that's what appealed to my dad, because he's into like the 80s hair metal stuff big time. So when he heard that, he's into heavy aggressive guitars, and but that was the last album he really liked from them, basically. And then I really went on, like I remember he brought home Far Beyond Driven, and the first song, Strength Beyond Strength, came on, and he was like, Jesus, like it was too heavy for him, where I was like, wow, and then like we heard Becoming, and I'm Broken was like the song. It was just like, oh wow, but yeah, that's Pantera's awesome. They're my number 2 all-time metal band for sure, right behind Metallica.
Gotcha. And then I can go on for days about Pantera, but we'll just keep going. And then the number 1 album to me of the 90s, to me, changed the metal scene, is Korn, the self-titled. No one at that time was playing 7 strings. Nothing sounded like them. Nothing sounded as low or heavy, because prior to me, like music, with grunge, whatever, but like you have the late 80s, you have the 80s metal, and a lot of it was like bright and shiny, like solos and everything like that. Korn was like, we're going to do the opposite of that. We're just going to work on riffs, rhythm, and we're going to drop tune. Instead of have a standard tuning or maybe drop it down a half step, we're going to have a 7-string guitar and drop that a whole step. And we're going to play this in A, and it's just going to, rock your world. And then from then on, lots of bands that came out after was drop tuning or tuning lower. And even to this day, and 7 strings really, like, Gizmachi, you guys play 7-string, obviously Meshuggah, but also Korn was a huge influence on you guys too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would say the more Korn was an influence on me playing a 7, to be honest. Meshuggah just made it a little bit more like, yeah, we're playing it because of them. You know what I mean?
Sure. Right. But yeah, that's my list. But I also do love Life is Peachy, great album. And I do like Follow the Leader. It just but the self-titled, it really just changed the game. It completely, to me, altered the scene in music. And there's so many copycats of Korn. That's one thing right now that I would say. There's no other band, to me. Everyone tried to mimic Korn in that sound, and like with the like low end, and also the weirdness on the the high E string, that stuff that they would do.
Like the dissonant chords with that, like that clashy like thing that they did with the like they bend notes off key, and then it did that weird vibrato clashing thing.
Or and they do the like that bungle chord where they're not playing actual real chord. They're
Yep.
and it's
Yep.
yeah, they would do a lot of I would say string manipulation, right? Yeah, and they would do a lot of stuff like that. Just it was cool, really cool at the time, and definitely did a lot of different stuff. And they took a lot of their influences, like Mr. Bungle and Rage, Pantera, Red Hot Chili Peppers, stuff like that, and created their own sound from it. So
pretty much,
definitely game changers. Absolutely. Yeah. When Korn came out, Johnny, what was your thoughts on it?
I thought they were heavy. You know, I thought just the guitars. I mean, even though I didn't, you know, there's bands out there that I really didn't, you know, buy their albums or whatever. I've always you know, taken influence from a lot of different places. You know, not just rock, not just metal. You know, like classical, anything if it makes a sound, you know, it can be inspiring. But as far as them, I thought what they're doing was cool. But you know, like I said earlier, or with some of this other stuff, I really don't. I only heard what was on Much Music or whatever.
Right.
You know, if at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Gotcha. So that's my list. Craven Soda, Wayno. No, I did not include Seven Dust, even though I love Seven Dust. I actually like Home better than their first album. That's you know, they're great. I love Seven Dust. I still do.
I have to agree with you on that as well.
Yeah,
I did like Home better.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah, the first one's really good. I really like My Ruin. That was actually the first song I heard from them. It was on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I forget the soundtrack though.
Was it Mortal Kombat?
It might have been, or More Combat, or something like that. It was
something.
like a
I know they were, but also I think it was off of like they were a different name too. If I recall, I don't know, but
That's
I think
right. You know what? I think you're right.
It was like Crawl Space or Trap Space, something like that. That was their name.
And it was Crawl Space. Yeah, you're nailing it. That's right. I forgot about that.
And then I think there was some other band that sued him. And then I think Lejean went into his aunt's garage or something, and she had Seven Dust on the table, and it's spelled differently, but I believe he's like, yeah, this is cool. We're going to take this name, and it's I don't know, it's like a fertilizer, I believe, or something, a poison, and that's what they got their name from.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, and if you guys are just tuning in about 23 minutes, we're going to mosey on over to the Gizmachi channel for the premiere of Turn to Dust. And also, we're giving away some shirts tonight, Mike, and I've completely dropped the ball. We have one person who's got a shirt, so we have 3 more shirts to give away. So I'm going to make it simple. So if you guys are on Discord, go to the metal page, throw some videos up, something cool, and I'm just going to pick it. So it's going to be pretty easy. And if you're not on Discord, I don't know what you're doing, but make some moves, sign up, and chat with Johnny.
Join it.
Yeah, definitely do it.
There's the link. There's the link right there in the chat. Yeah, join the Discord, man.
It's fun.
We have a great time over there.
Absolutely. My boy Robot Master Switch and I, we converse all the time. We send each other late night messages. It's great. So before we get to Turn to Dust, Mike, Jay's talked about it. What's your tell us about Turn to Dust?
Yeah, Turn to Dust was a song that mainly me and Jay wrote that song with a drum machine, actually. And Jimmy came in later, and when we went in the studio or whatever, when he was in the studio recording the drums, he laid down like his interpretation of the verse and how he wanted that to go, and put his drum beat in there. And I was just like, oh well, that crap that we had before, that was a whole load of garbage, wasn't it? Yeah, he really made it turn into like our song, and I like how Jimmy actually stayed kind of chill on that song. You know, as far as like he didn't go crazy with the fills, he kind of stayed true to like the the drum machine in a sense. Like we had a certain beat, a certain rhythm, and he kind of just left it alone and played it like that. And then he added his stuff here and there to make it more us. But I like that about that song. It's kind of a mature drum performance on that song compared to some of the other ones. Definitely up there of one of my favorite songs on the album for sure.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, look, what tell everyone what they can expect from the video.
Oh, the video is it's a little different than Look What I've Become, but at the same time it's got kind of the same feel because it's obviously the same guy that did it.
That is true.
Our drummer put together the video, and he did a real good job. It's got a little bit of a storyboard going on, and it's pretty cool. Got some good shots in there of us, a little bit different than Look What I Become. He changed it up, but at the same time it has like a similar feel. And yeah, he did a really good job.
That's cool.
Awesome. Yeah, and I've got the link for everybody when it's time just to jump over there.
Cool.
Yes, Craven Soda. Mike is the other guitarist in Gizmachi.
Yes. Stage wrong. Yeah, I'm sure you heard that story, right?
No.
Yeah, we had like gaff tape or like stickers on our cabinets when we were on tour, and Jay was stage left, and I was stage right. But Jay put the sticker and wrote the pen on it, and he wrote wrong instead. Or did I say that wrong? Sorry. Yeah, basically stage right, stage wrong. So Jay was stage right, I was stage left, and instead of stage left, he put wrong. So that was pretty funny.
That's
That's
awesome.
Jay.
Yesterday, I met up with Sean, and he was telling me some stories about you guys, and he told me if you want to tell everyone about the pee drinking incident with Gafan, right?
Yeah, you met up with Sean. Sean who?
Sean Kane.
No shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
He had a picture for me, so I met with him to pick it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pee drinking incident. Oh boy. Yeah, basically, it was a Gatorade bottle, and the piss was like very dark, very unhealthy, from an unhealthy man. And yeah, he just I guess he was thirsty, and he assumed that it was maybe Gatorade in there because it was orange enough to like be, and it was dark out. It was dark in the van, and like he just went for a swig and spit all over the place. Pretty horrible. This was like our stage manager dude that we took out on the road with us, and when we went to Europe, and yeah, he drank piss. And then Jay, fucking like the clown that he is, as we're driving out of the place, friggin' he's just like yells from the back seat to this. His name was Gafan, Mike Gafan. We called him Gafan. So like he just goes, "Yo, Gafan, roll down the window and drink piss." like friggin' like roll down the window and start drinking the fucking piss out of the bottle. Like he just thought that was a funny thing to say, I guess. And Gafan didn't think so at all, and we're all kind of giggling like.
So how does a pee bottle just sit in the van?
Well, because like there's a lot of people around. You're parked in these like grassy lots where there's just vans and people everywhere walking around. So rather than just standing over outside, I guess pissing, like where anyone could just walk by seeing you piss, I guess he decided he might have been, we might have been in the van driving previously, and he had to go, and he just went to the bottle or something. And he didn't, you keep that sort of things like kind of discreet. And I guess Gifan didn't, know that he was thirsty. It was the end of the day kind of thing, like way after the fact. And he just figured there was a bottle of Gatorade on the floor, and he decided to take a swig.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Well, warm Gatorade still isn't very.
Yeah,
really.
I guess we were kind of desperate because in Europe, they don't really have water like ready and available. It's more like you get a little bit of a seltzer or something like that, and it's usually warm. They don't really have water everywhere,
So prior to the urine drinking, so it was up there, and when he went to grab it, did anyone see it and were like, "Oh man, here we go. He's gonna drink some urine." And did that happen, or
no? I think he like kind of went to go sip, and like you're paying attention to somebody when they're doing their thing, about to take a sip. So he just went to take a swig, and then he went like freaking spit it. And like, oh my god, or like
he knew right away.
I forget his reaction, like, but it wasn't like he was kind of a mellow dude, so like he didn't really, his reaction was just spitting it and just like, what the fuck, something along those lines.
Well, apparently he's had Gatorade before then, because if it was his first time drinking that, you wouldn't know, Yeah,
he immediately regurged, like spit it out. Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that. It wasn't like it was like it wasn't like it was a prank or anything. He grabbed the wrong bottle.
And did you guys get Chris an IV so that he would urinate clear? Except from what it sounded like, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, Jimmy claims that it looked like friggin' like apple juice, like super dark. Or like he said, like Ecto Cooler, Ecto Cooler was green. Some kind of drink from the 80s, some high C.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's why I said get fun.
Get fun. Roll down the window and drink piss.
That's great. That's awesome.
Like show everybody how you drink piss.
Well, speaking of urine, a couple of weeks ago, I go into my basement, and my son's been playing video games down there pretty frequently, and he's playing MLB The Show and Fortnite and whatever. So I go downstairs, get a shirt for work, and there's just like wrappers, there's bottles, and then there's a bottle filled with like, slightly off, like a little amberish, if I may. So I'm like, Brody, come down here for a minute. And he's like, yeah, what's going on, Dad? And I'm like, you have wrappers down here, but what's this bottle over here? He's like, oh, that's just apple juice. I'm like, drink it. And he just looks at me, and I'm like, don't mess with me. I know that's piss. I'm like, if you have to piss, you're mid-game. I completely understand. I get it. I've done it. I've peed in cars while driving. I do it all the time. Still do it. But you got to throw it out. You can't just leave it there. And he's trying to bullshit me. I'm like, come on, Brody. No.
Don't you know how deep the game is here?
I was like, that's fine, but empty it. It's, and he's like, it's apple juice. I'm like, okay, drink it. Go ahead. Let me see. And the look he gave me was just.
He gave you was like freaking.
He's like, there's no way I'm drinking that.
Man, yeah, I would. One thing that I do is when I, because I drive a lot, when I go to Starbucks, I'll get like a large iced tea and then a large water, And then a lot of times if it's a long drive, because you never know, I'll pour the water out and just have that extra cup sitting there, And there's been times where I've had to use it. I used to drive for Uber, and I had to stop and fill up one of those one time in between rides. But yeah, you throw the stuff away. You don't keep it sitting around.
No.
There's
I
no
have
point to that.
I have like a 24-ounce bottle sitting in my van at work, and I use it every day, and like it's starting to smell like a freaking old urinal. But I dump it out at the end of the day, go behind the dumpsters and just like pour it out in the grass, whatever. But I always have to have a bottle on hand, especially after you have some coffee in the morning, because I don't know what it is about coffee, but it makes your kidneys like, F you, I gotta go now. Especially when you're starting to turn into an older guy.
Mhm.
Like I can't hold it at all already. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go.
Sure.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
So we have 10 minutes before the end of the show, and we go over to the Gizmachi channel. So the last thing for the show, Mike, let's talk about the new Gojira album. Tell everyone what your thoughts, what you think. I actually think Jay actually prepared for this and listened to the whole album. So
Yeah. My favorite track on the album is the first song, the first track.
really,
That ride cymbal beat. That's awesome. It reminds me a lot, actually, of Candiria,
Mhm.
which most people listen to that. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't make that connection. But as soon as I hear that riff, I'm like, damn, that's like Candiria, like back in their their prime. That sort of riff that they would do. And just overall that song, just the drummer is killer on that track. And then big fan of the other one there, Newfound. That's a really good riff on that song.
Hell yeah.
Basically, the only two tracks I'm not a big fan of what's the name of the album? Fortitude.
Fortitude. So you don't like Fortitude and you don't like the chant. Right. Yeah, I knew it.
I could do without those two. But every other track I like.
I love it. Yeah, Born for One Thing, the first song. That song is fun to play as well. Gojira, most of the stuff that they play, like they're generally in drop C. So
It's kind of Pantera tuning, right?
Mhm.
No, their Pantera was standard C.
Standard, yeah, standard, yeah. But yeah, the drop C. So like a lot of Lamb of God stuff is drop C. Chevelle, newer Chevelle stuff's drop C. But it's yeah, I'm a big fan of Sphinx. That's my probably favorite song on the album.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's fantastic. But yeah, it's really good. I know you don't love the chant. I love it. I think that song's cool. It's different, especially for them. It's just, I don't know. It's just a really good song.
For me, it's just a little boring. But yeah, the Trails is it, and Grind. The last two tracks on the album, they ended really strong with those two.
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole way. I
Yeah,
like it a lot.
if you knew nothing about Gojira or just know a little bit, you put the Grind on, like immediately you know it's them. Like with that pick slide. Gojira has a real
scrape thing they do, right? That kind of thing. Yeah, they use that a lot.
They do. And then, like that's something that's their sound. Like so to me, Gizmachi with the bridge bending, that's your sound. And Gojira with pick slide, that's what they do. But a lot of bands do that now. The last Trivium album has a couple songs they do pick slides on it too. So a lot of bands are.
Yeah, it's definitely been done like a lot, or I wouldn't say a lot. It hasn't been like Gojira does it a lot, but it was done, prior to them by other bands. Pantera did it a little. Dime, definitely did some stuff like that here and there.
Right. Johnny, have you listened to Gojira? Are you familiar with their catalog at all?
I'm not. I need to be. I need some of their stuff in the Discord.
Yeah. Robot Master Switch. Amanda, I know Amanda Coombs is a big Gojira fan. I'm joking. I see her right here. Robot Master Switch. Definitely throw some stuff in there for Johnny. Give him a little taste. I don't know. Don't go too crazy. Like no like vacuity or anything too heavy. Maybe Toxic Garbage Island or the Chant. Chant might be a good opener intro for someone who's never listened to Gojira.
Cool. Yeah. I'm excited to hear it. Yeah, because you guys are always talking about them. And
They're huge. They're I'd say right now they're one of the leaders in metal, right? In this currently, right? Would you agree, Mike?
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is with them is that it's not like they're doing anything like super innovative. It's like they just the way they do it is it's unique to them. You know, like they've taken things that have kind of been done, but like the way they do it, and the singer's vocals is really what gives it that distinctness. I think.
Sure.
You know, there's a lot of different things that give it like a distinct element, but that more than anything, like when he does his like, it's like that super reverby, like atmospheric, like you can hear their music being played in a big arena. They play at lower tempos, stuff that could like transcend very nicely in a big venue.
Yep.
You know, like where a lot of bands that are metal don't really have that. Like especially when you play upper tempos, you kind of lose it with a bigger place. Like they have like that biblical, huge kind of sound, and you can hear it like being played in like a big arena, and it'd be awesome to see.
I like biblical, absolutely.
Biblical.
And I guess the last thing before, because we only have a couple minutes before we move to the Gizmachi channel, but new 12-foot ninja.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I must have played that like 12 or 15 times today, something like that.
Did you hear it prior to me sending it to you, or
no?
No.
I tried looking for it, I think, last night, and I couldn't find it. And then, like, you just sent me the link, and I was like, "Oh boy!" So
Here we go.
Yeah,
Johnny, are you familiar with 12-foot ninja?
no, I gotta hear it.
They're good. They're real different. I don't think Jay even commented on it.
No, probably because he doesn't like them.
That's probably true.
Yeah, they're from Australia.
They're awesome.
There's a lot of good bands out of Australia, actually, over the last decade or so.
Mm-hmm.
Carnival, another band from Australia, really good.
Yep.
Yep. There's a couple other ones. I can't think of them though. But new 12-foot ninja song is cool. We had a very long chat today on our thread, Gizmachi thread.
We did.
And basically, we all came to the same thing. It's like, yeah, this song's really cool, but if the whole album is like this, I'd probably be a little let down.
Yeah, it's different. It's kind of like, I can't even compare it, but what's Saint Anger, Metallica? If there was a song or two with that snare, okay, I don't love it, but whatever, it's different. Whole album with it.
No, when I heard Saint Anger, when they played the little promo, and they had the fist from the album cover coming in and everything, you heard that, and I was just like, and then I heard the snare, I was like, is that how it sounds? Like, are they fucking serious?
Yeah,
it was one of those, man. And then, yeah, it does sound like that. It's like, holy crap. And I still to this day, I feel like they put that album out almost as a joke.
Well, the riff to Frantic is awesome. That song was fun to play, but the drum is just terrible.
I remember when they played Frantic at the end of that. What was that? The Idol thing? Remember that?
Yeah, like the Icon MTV, Metallica Icon. Yeah.
When they played Frantic there with their normal live sound, it actually sounded friggin' awesome.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was heavy as hell. It was groovy. I was like, this is different, but it's freaking heavy. It was really cool. And then I heard it on the album. I was just like, what did they do?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. All right, Johnny. We have a minute to go over to the Gizmachi. So everyone go. There's a link in the chat for the premiere of Turn to Dust, and Yeah, so let's finish it up with our executive producers. Again, everyone, there's a lot of people here. We're not even going to read them tonight. We don't have time. But thank you to everyone here. Thank you to the producers. And if it wasn't for you, there would have been no Mike Balls tonight. So it's great to see him. And Johnny, thank you. It was a great show. Had a great time.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, anytime. And Metal Wednesdays is every last Wednesday of the month. So see you guys in a month, I guess,
Yeah.
or however that works.
Yeah, we'll see everyone in a few weeks, and everyone enjoy the new Gizmachi. Check it out. Leave a thumbs, comment
Yeah.
on Mike's Bouffant, and yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, got 2 minutes. It starts in exactly 2 minutes. But yeah, let's raid over there. Say Johnny Bean raid in the chat over there.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Jay, we missed you, Jay.
I didn't. No, I love you,
All
Jay.
right.
You know that. Definitely miss you.
All right. See you guys Friday?
Yep.
Friday. Talking Van Halen with Jay Hannon. He'll be back. All right. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye. $30 seconds. Here. Yeah, we're back in. We got audio.
Yeah.
For a second. We got 20 seconds. Jump over there. Click the link.
Hurry up.
See you guys.
Do it.
Shauna. Hey, good to see you, Shauna. Shauna, click that link. Jump over there. New Jay Hannon Gizmachi. See, where is it? 2, 1. All right. Goodbye.